Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran, Terra, Shadowfront. I am John. And I'm your game master for the evening, whether you like it or not.
That's a threat.
I don't know why. That's just what I felt like saying at that point. I am joined, as ever, by not Jack, but also by Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, playing Titania Valkorian, a Ladrin Druid Princess.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valdez Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai.
And Craig.
Hi, I'll be playing Grumman Bellmender, the Dwarven Way the Drunken Master Monk.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing. I don't remember who they are right now, so we'll just go with the generic. I'm playing Sin, Changeling Warlock of Galadir. By the way, is Roll20 supposed to be all dark right now?
You're looking in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
no, I'm not. I scanned over the. Oh wait, I can see my token, and that is literally it.
Try moving them around a little bit. That happened to me before.
Oh, yep. Now I can see.
Yeah, it's
also
good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Also, you're Jarissa right now.
That's right. I am. I can see that now because of the token, which I can now actually change. Thank you, John.
You can also change the name as you feel like it, so that the rest of us get a reminder too. I might.
Did you get a rollable token set up?
I might set up a thing where I have like a similar to the profile cards, where I have a rotating token just for your like display. Where I can just sort of like flip through it whenever you change.
Making you do work.
I might. I say I might. And also, again, I do really want to, at least for one episode, set it up so that I make a profile card for each of your personalities and just go, and Jeremy, and Jeremy, and Jeremy, and Jeremy.
Let's get the rest of them introduced before we do that.
And Cody.
Cody, I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
And like I said, Jack's not going to be with us this week. He'll be back next week. But when last we left off, the adventuring group found themselves in a buried manor of some kind that housed all manner of secrets, including a portrait of some well-mannered individuals who happened to have some ill-mannered reactions whenever they got too close. They proved themselves to be... I'm trying to figure out how many times I can flip manner in the dialogue. I can't do it anymore. They managed to make their way through the building, albeit not exploring it to its full extent, only to find themselves at what seems to be an outdoors area, even though they are deep within the hive of ruin. They are at a flowing river that had some fish in it, and there's a coconut tree, a palm tree, and grass for what it is, and also a root, which Grummond was extolling the virtues of. So continue.
Well, I think we had decided to not to take a short rest right now.
Yeah.
No.
But I think I had explained in detail. I mean, it's a potato-looking root that I put in the ground and then I live in it. What's to explain? That makes sense.
I think not to rehash the argument, but I believe it was that we didn't have time for a long rest, but a short rest might be useful.
We were definitely taking a short rest. I remember that because I was like, yeah, I can get spells back.
Yes, and the issue is that the root takes basically an hour to grow. So
right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we weren't gonna put the spud in the ground, but we were gonna take the rest.
Let's just rest here.
So
yeah.
you are currently by the side of a babbling brook in a ruined parlor. Visible across the way, there is a storage shed immediately that way, across the river. The river continues up north and down that way. There's a palm tree directly across. There are piles of debris. There is a dead bearskin rug that you've loaded up onto a flying broom. And a fish that seems to be mostly made of slime. Where would you like to take your short rest?
Inside.
Yeah,
I mean,
inside.
we are inside.
Inside.
Sort of.
Well, there was a kitchen just back there. We could take advantage of that. I'm sure the amenities are a wee bit out of date, but at least it would be. Well, nothing attacked us while we were in there, and we've had two bits of bad luck while we're out here. So,
indeed. And if we do eat, the aesthetic of being in the kitchen is not insignificant.
One was less bad luck and more intentionally goading the obviously magical rug to attack me.
You are not incorrect.
is this the door to the storage shed? You said that's a storage shed over there?
Seems some sort of shed, yeah. Some sort of shed-like vehicle.
All right, let's rest.
Oh,
Head
Chris
back in
slips
here.
inside. Yep. This was the kitchen.
Yep, so you head back into the kitchen and the pantry, which are mostly empty. And by mostly, I mean completely.
And then there were stairs through this door right here.
Yep.
There's stairs through that door. There's also a library over here full of mostly decayed books that are
is this the library?
Yeah, that's the library. Filled with mostly
Where's
decayed
the
books.
kitchen?
The kitchen is the one you went through first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a small thing. Okay, I thought it was bigger.
There's
Mistake.
a dining room over here that Ithram found, and there was the pantry over here, which is completely cleared out. And there is some stairs that go down over in the back room.
Chris to make sure to put herself into the corner.
So you gather together and rest. Is there anything you would like to do over the next hour while you take a breather and take a short rest?
Arcane Recovery.
You do so.
I'm going to assume, even though he's not here, that Gent would probably want to roll his hit dice to restore those hit points.
Yeah, but if I roll them for him, they'll be better than he would roll.
Oh no.
So I recover 2 third-level slots and a second level.
Let's see how Gent rolls hit dice. Five. 3. 7.
Does he have a con mod, or?
Oh yeah, you do get your con back. That's right. So 2, 4, 6. Yeah, that actually, ignoring that last one, 3 gets him exactly back to full.
Now that we're paused somewhere, and taking time to stop and catch her breath. Drissa start, because she's still wearing Marith's clothing, start stripping out of that and changing into Drissa clothing.
Is it warm weather clothing as well, or no?
I believe so.
Okay, that's fine.
Check and make sure. Yeah.
Jarissa changes in the corner.
Yep.
Can Drummond use what's left in the kitchen? I mean, in terms of the hardware, along with the supplies that he's brought to cook up a meal for everybody.
Make a chef's tools check with wisdom.
Oh, it should probably be noted, by the way, she's pulling all of the clothes and then putting the Marith clothes back in to her scarf.
So yeah, any of you that are watching Jarissa strip, just go watch the clothes go. Open the scarf, hand disappears up to the elbow, into the scarf, clothes come out, clothes go back into the scarf.
Scarf holding?
Something like that, yes.
I rolled insight just because it would be the same, but it's a 19.
Okay. So you look around and you sort of scan through all the various, bits of hardware that are left. There's not much that's left intact. It looks like people sort of just rampaged through this kitchen, destroying everything they could that wasn't edible.
What was it? Me?
No, it was not you.
Okay.
But you do manage to find a few bits of you do find it doesn't work, but you could make it work, like a sort of a stove, basically. Like there's a stone top that you can light a fire underneath and have it work as a griddle, or as a stove top.
Okay. Well, I'll use that then to put together just a fairly standard meal, but better than rations.
Are you going to make a meal from your book of recipes?
No, I don't think so. I think at this point he's not content with the tools available at hand yet.
Okay.
He wants to wait and fool around with that in an actual kitchen.
All right. So go ahead and, in that case, just go ahead and make me another chef's tools check. This one with your choice of intelligence or wisdom.
I think we know the answer to that one.
Yeah, that's that's really not a question, guys. A 13.
With a 13, and you used wisdom, I'm assuming? Yeah. So
yeah, definitely.
With a 13, you managed to whip up, it's not the most complex of food. To be fair, you don't have a lot of stuff to work with at the moment, like not food-wise, but like equipment. But it's sort of the equivalent of like a home-style breakfast kind of situation here. Eggs, bacon, very simple, but nostalgic.
And there's a lot of it, so
Yeah.
it's quantity, not quality. This morning, folks.
It's the equivalent of the hobbits making their breakfast over a campfire. Just the one loose frying pan that he carried with him, and then just fry everything in it.
Kind of.
All right, everyone, if you find yourself a bit peckish, we've got a bit together over here. It's not much, but it'll fill you up. Stick to the ribs for a bit.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if any of you try
Appreciate it.
It's genuinely very good.
Have breakfast, so yep.
It's not,
Until the poison kicks in.
He's not Tilra, obviously, but he also isn't working with the equipment that Tilra has at her disposal.
Also, that is Tilra's life's work. Like, she's impressed. She's an impressive housekeeper, but cooking is definitely her specialty. Whereas this person is an adventurer who cooks on the side.
More a cook who adventures on the side, really. But yeah. So
this is his retirement.
You spend an hour resting in the kitchen. Food is had. Is there anything anyone does before you finish your short rest?
Yeah, I'm going to. Would I be able to still use Arcane Recovery if I ritually cast Find Familiar over the short rest?
No.
Okay,
one of the
then
two.
never mind.
Yeah, one of the two.
All right.
An hour passes. Clothes are changed. Food is had. You all have your short rest. Roll your hit dice if you need them. But otherwise, you recover the things you recover on your short rest. And you are here. Everyone make me a perception check.
Okay.
19.
11.
16.
Natural
Wow.
one.
18.
All right. So over the course of the short rest, I like that Titania's natural one was the same as Sin's 9.
Yep.
I'm very good at paying attention.
Not in this case, though.
14, because of exhaustion is still a thing. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So over the course of the short rest, several of you get odd feelings. Not so much like any sort of solid identifier, but it's like something feels tingly in the back of your neck, hair stand up kind of situation. And at certain points, Grummond and Ithram. Grummond, you hear, while you're cooking and serving food, you hear the distinct sound of chains rattling. And you sort of feel a vibration in the floor when you do.
Is it of a like chains rattling as in sort of a mechanical industrial sound, or
very
sort of
difficult to tell.
Jacob Marley kind of deal?
Very difficult to tell. It just has that very unique sound of a lot of metal sliding and clinking together. And it sort of like rumbles the floor at the same time when you hear it. It's very faint, very distant. You're not certain exactly what direction it was coming from. It might have even been below you or above you. But it's definitely something. Ithram, with a 19, you hear the ruins outside shift and slide and crumble. And amidst that crumbling, you hear just underneath it, this very, very bassy also very distant. You're not certain of a direction, but it's just this bassy growl underneath the ruins crumbling.
Is the sound of change something I've heard before in the ruins?
Make a history check. Did you make a history check? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. 2.
I did. It was in Roll20 and or rather it was in D&D Beyond, and the virtual die was right on an edge for like 30 seconds until it finally tipped over to the 3.
Nice.
It was very disheartening.
With a 2? No, not that you can think of. Maybe you might have heard somebody mention it at some point in time, but nothing that you can immediately draw a clue on.
All right. Anybody else hear that? There's somebody at least something rattling around out there. Maybe
Yes,
underneath us even.
Either very large or very and far away, or it's nearby ish.
What?
But I'm assuming some of the ruins outside shifted and heard a bit of a sounded like some sort of creature somewhere out there, close enough to be heard or large enough to be heard from far away.
That's not good. I thought
No,
of some-
don't worry about it. It's the sort of thing that goes on all the time down here.
I
We'll
thought
be
of some-
fine.
If we, because we had talked about going back to, not Snowdrift. Now I'm blanking on the name of the place
Snowstrand.
we're at. Snowstrand. We may not be able to get back here if it like closes up or something like that. And then won't we get maybe stuck somewhere? That would be bad. We may need to just keep going for a bit.
I'm all for pushing forward.
I think we might need to just keep going deeper. There's a certain amount of it's important to take care of ourselves, but there's also still a time issue and finding what we can,
Yeah.
preferably before a Lich has time to reform.
Is there a point where these ruins stop shifting around? Or
Make
Not-
a history check, Grummond.
All right.
With advantage, because you've been here for a year.
Well, damn.
16.
A 16 or a 1. So with a 16, you know that the ruins tend to be fairly solid around large structural points. So like there will be there's a place you've been to before where it's like an old dwarven forge that you found in a much more westerly section of the ruins that is pretty much always intact whenever you get to it. Because it's a very large square building that hasn't collapsed under all the pressure, and so it maintains its shape, and the ruins around it generally maintain a certain amount of stability, because it is very stable. So around large constructions that have remained intact despite the ruins falling on them, there is an amount of stability, but everywhere else, constantly shifting and changing.
He will pass that along. Essentially, the parts of the ruins that aren't so ruined have a bit of stability to them, and they grant that stability to things around them. But there's not really a depth to which we'd reach where things stop altogether. More like oases spread about here and there.
oh. Well,
All right.
okay.
Buildings like this manor, for instance.
Like this one right here that we're in.
I don't like this one.
Oh, it's fine inside. It's just the outside you got to watch out for.
And the random cursed portraits sitting around here.
As a reminder, Ithram, Gent, and Titania all look like
Yep.
humans from a portrait.
Yeah.
That is
rather than
suspiciously
on
Adam's
yourselves.
family themed.
Let's keep going and maybe we'll find something.
Did we want to check to see if the stairs act down led anywhere, or
We can certainly check it.
Probably best to check while we're here. I'd also like to take a look at that storage shed outside, but we can do the stairs first before we go out and brave the river again.
Okay.
Here.
So the stairs are over here in this room. If you head over there, check them.
Yep.
So in this room, there's a door immediately to the right of the stairs, if you're looking at the stairs to the right, there's a door, and then there is a door that heads down into the ruined parlor to the south, and the stairs that seem to go down for a little ways. Not like super deep, maybe like judging up by looking down from where you're at, looks like they go about 15 feet down and then into a sort of narrow corridor kind of deal.
Well, if you're curious, I suppose that's what you're paying me for. I could go down and see what's there. Shout back.
That should
I'll-
be fun, yes.
Yell if I see anything phylacterous.
Also, if there's anything down there, or just perhaps another way down through.
Mm-hmm. We'll come along with.
All right. Yeah, let's see what's there.
All right. So Jerissa and Grummond. You descend the stairs for about 15-20 feet until it bottoms out into a hallway. Immediately to the left of the first immediately to the left at the bottom of the stairs, there is a door that is a fairly old, weather-worn wooden door. And further down, there is a corner that turns around into what seems to be a larger room from what you can tell, and yet another door that goes off to the right.
I think peer around the corner into the open area before we start opening anything.
As you step
At least
around,
that's what Drummond's going to do.
Yeah, you look around, peer into this corner room. It's a fairly large square room. Has a couple of more of these sort of slightly disassembled armored statues that you see. There is a metal door that's sort of like one of the very few metal doors that you've seen in this sort of structures. Immediately on the far wall, another wooden door that seems to connect into potentially the same place the one immediately at the bottom of the stairs does, and a few broken like side end tables.
Nothing moving visually.
Not at the moment.
Crumman will look back at Sin and give them a thumbs up.
Let me give a peek.
All right.
Look.
I'll step
Anything
forward.
that or not true dev. Hold on, let me see exactly what it is. Whatever my version of sight is.
Which site?
Which site? Yes. Shape changer or creature concealed by illusion or transmutation magic.
Let me take a look.
Or anything in the room that is not as it is supposed to be.
Yeah. No. Nothing that jumps out to you at the moment.
Sneaks her head in. Check the door.
I agree. Here, stand back just in case it's trapped. I will check for traps.
On which door?
I think the first one, the first one that we passed. You said there's a
Down
metal
at the
one
end of
on the
the-
left as we came down.
No, there's a wooden one. So there is a wooden one right next
This
to
one
you.
here.
That one's wooden.
Yeah.
The metal
right.
one is hang on. Whoops.
Down where I just went.
Nope, that is not a metal one. That is another wooden door.
Oh.
Over here is the
Oh,
metal.
metal doors in the room.
Yeah. Across the room from you.
All right. Yeah. Then I will check for traps on that one that I'm standing beside.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Well, at least I'm consistent.
You are definitely sure there are no traps on this door.
All right. Totally clear. I'll pop it open.
It pops open. There were no traps on the door.
Hey.
Fair enough.
Stop clock twice a day, etc., etc.
No, you open up this door. Inside, there are a variety of destroyed furniture and and rot-eaten cloth that Let me open the door before you just jump in through the wall.
That's kind of what Grumman did, though.
Yeah. So there's a variety of sort of moth-eaten furniture and bed things and busted up furniture that tells you that this room was some sort of bedroom, some sort of quarters. The sort of cramped space and construction leads you to believe probably servants' quarters. There's a door immediately down the side, which you can tell leads right back into that room just below you, and another door on the far side.
All right, I'll go and look for traps over by the other door.
Right. Give me another investigation check.
Staying just outside of this room.
Very smart. That is
Just
a 13.
in case.
That's an intimidation check you made.
Oh, that should be a 13.
Yeah, it'd be a 13. Again, pretty certain not trapped.
All right, opening it again.
All right, opening that door as well. You open it up, no trap. You open it up into a larger, more well-decorated hallway. This one has a red carpet that seems to go all the way down from the stairs that go back up to the main room. As far as you can sort of recall, there was a door. There was sort of like a large large double door that you recall seeing the other side of at the top of those stairs that you can see from here. And then another door immediately in front of you, and then another door slightly to your another door immediately in front of you. Okay, let me click on the right layer. Another door immediately in front of you. Another door in the corner to your right. Another door to the left, and then another door over here.
Grumman turns back over his shoulder and goes, "It's really fancy in here. They've got a red carpet and everything.
Yeah.
Also, a few more doors."
Meanwhile, back upstairs.
Grumman, I was about to say, Grumman, darling, not that exploring this, just the two of us, isn't a nice little intimate excursion, but perhaps since we're clearly going further into our house, we should bring everybody else down.
Oh, of course. Whatever you like to do. I just going off of your operations with Crunchy, which seemed to be sending him forward until he died. But hey, you're the one who's paying, so
I'm glad you understand what our operation tactics were.
Oh, I know what I'm here to do.
Delightful. But yes, no, there's a certain point where once we get jumped by whatever monster it is, it might actually be useful to have them around us.
Yeah, back upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them disappeared into darkness. You can hear vague sounds of voices down the stairs, and the occasional door opening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sad when he dies.
Quick flavor question
Yes.
for you, John.
Mm-hmm.
One of the forms of the Rod of Lordly Might is a +3 battle axe, but mechanically speaking, a battle axe is identical to a longsword. Can I flavor it as a sword rather than an axe for the sake of the samurai aesthetic?
Is it identical to a longsword?
Yeah, they're both 1d8 weapons with versatile 1d10 that deal slashing damage.
Sure.
Sweet.
He has proven himself quite useful. Hopefully,
Really good food.
with scan supplies, yes.
I mean, like, I'm fine. I
He's-
can just turn into a bear and eat something, but
Despite Gant's protestations, he's actually done very good both as a scout and just as an ally.
Gant to the left. I'm right here.
Yes, I know you are. That's why I'm teasing you.
Shall we go down and see if they've been stuck in the room?
If they don't come back in shortly, we probably should check up on them. Do you think now's probably the time limit?
About now, then Chris is just coming around, gets just to the edge of the door, and just starts shrieking like she's being killed.
You hear the sounds of
Panic.
someone being murdered. Make a performance check.
All right.
I dare you to roll a natural 1, and it's just
Don't you?
This is going to be
like that.
active or
I
passive
don't
insight
need
checks.
the help.
Did Jerissa
passive insight.
warn Grummond at all?
I mean, she just walked pretty much inside of you doing it.
Okay.
So what's everyone's
Not
passive
much
performance
better.
checks?
11.
Passive insight, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, passive
20.
insight. Yeah.
18.
So it's a passable, like it's a passable like death scream, but it's very much Jerissa is doing a Wilhelm scream.
Yes.
So you are all like you're like hearing it's like, wait, why is she adding echo to it like she's falling off a cliff?
It would work well on a stage.
Like you're all like I would believe this if we were outside at a place where you could fall. Kind of scream is what you kind of get out of it.
I think it's safe.
I think that's our signal as Valdez starts heading down the stairs.
Yep.
You know, I always admire the sort of person who can have fun with being in a place that's full of death around every corner. I like you all.
Thank you.
Can't just staying up there because I'm not moving him around.
As Valdez walks around the corner. Very good impression.
Did you actually find anything?
The ambience in here, the acoustics in here is not what I'm used to. No, we have found nothing. Well, let me rephrase. I did have some thoughts about one of the other rooms. It's becoming a whole floor, but this room over here, pointing at this one, is an empty room mostly. There's just gesture. So there's like destroyed furniture on the
There's more furniture and 2 like sort of suits of armor that seem to
Yeah.
be slightly disassembled.
But it is also the only room with a big metal door that we've found.
Is that this one?
That's certainly
yeah.
suspicious, aye.
And
What's
I
behind
feel
that
like
one?
perhaps we shouldn't open it until we've checked everything else out, because odds are, in my estimation, probably at least fairly good that it's either keeping something valuable in or preventing something very dangerous from getting out.
Mm-hmm. And
Also-
I mean, everything else in this place has been pretty heavily ransacked.
There is a lot more down where Grummond is.
Have there been other armor statues, like other suits of armor that have been standing? Have they all been like taken entirely apart?
No, there
or-
have been several suits of armor like racks of armor that seem partially disassembled.
Okay.
Though Grummond, while they're back there having a conversation, there is in this hallway there is a much more well put together like suit of armor over here than the other ones. It's just sort of like it's this tall. It's actually in that hallway that you were just in over here, like sort of it just in the corner.
I realized belatedly that wasn't you pinging.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry. In the corner right over here, there is just this very nice black armored with sort of silver filigree, like suit of armor, sort of standing as if posed, with a sort of a long sword, like attached in one hand, like sort of like standing in like sort of a salute.
Grumman turns and sort of leans back around the corner of the door and says, "Hey, sorry to interrupt while you're having a conversation, but I just want to make sure I understand the dynamics of the group a little better. Given what happened upstairs with the rug and all, are we supposed to go up and just immediately attack the things that look like they're going to attack us back, or should I hold off on that until we're all gathered together?"
Thank you for asking. Please hold off, Valdez says as she goes
Will
to walk
do.
and check.
I did give you a 10-foot pole. Use however you deem fit.
Yep. All right.
No,
Well, I just, like I
it-
said, wanted to make sure if you all wanted to be here first, or but happy to go ahead.
I definitely want to be here first, Valdez says as she
Alright.
walks into the hallway. Anyone else want to come and see if the suit of armor is about to attack us?
Yes, sounds like a delightful idea.
As Valdez pulls out the Rod of Lordly Might and hits one of the buttons, and just a long blade emerges from the edge of it.
Basically, the way it works is that the rod sort of shifts and twists, and a blade doesn't emerge. A blade doesn't like sort of emerge from it as much as where the head of the rod is rotates backwards and collapses around where you're holding it to form a handguard. As a sort of cantilever to that, a blade sort of unfolds out of it.
Fancy.
So you gather in this hallway. There is this, again, black with silver filigree.
And it seems
suit of
much
armor.
better kept than the other suits of armor that we've seen around here.
Much better kept. I mean, much better condition.
Taking a peek at it, do I see like any runes or anything on it, like possibly enchanted armor?
Make a perception check.
All right.
I apparate my greatsword.
I'm gonna use an inspiration. Four.
No, I mean, there's it's very nice filigree. The helmet is very nice as well. Articulated fingers. It looks like the armor has like it. No, it looks like a well kept suit of armor.
All right, I'll reach out with the
Nope.
10-foot pole. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't think it's. I think it's just well kept.
Like nothing magical is radiating to you.
I'll just reach out with the pole and see if I can sort of put it under the hilt of the sword and lift the sword a little bit, move it around, see if anything happens.
You put the pole into the sword and bop it up. No, that sword's held firm.
I'll just give it. I'll give the helm a few taps.
Ting ting. Make a perception check.
The queen is not receiving anyone today.
Unnatural 20.
The echo, the echo from doesn't sound like the echo you'd get from an empty helmet. As you ting ting, like there's still a bit of a reverberation, but it definitely does not. It's not an empty helmet. As you sort of stand there and start listening to it, you hear the faint sound of like this faint sound coming from inside the armor.
Well, it's not empty. There's some sort of clockwork, maybe. Could be a bomb. Could be one of them auto. You know, the walking tin can
Not
things.
an automaton.
That's the one.
We're about to have an encounter with a clockwork knight, Valdez says.
Well, if that's what you believe it is, I can take a closer look.
Well, no
And-
sense getting right up at it when it's going to try to take you apart. Won't you just knock its top off and see what'll happen?
Just takes one step to the side. Go for it.
Can I knock the helmet off with the pole?
You can certainly try.
The pole's metal too, don't worry.
All
All right. So how? What do you want me to roll? An attack?
Make an attack roll, yeah. We'll say for the purposes of this, the 10-foot pole can be a quarterstaff. Can be like the effect of a quarterstaff.
All right, so I'm proficient with that. Just a 14.
14. So you trying to knock that helmet off, and it doesn't fall off. But now all of you can hear that ticking sound as the clockwork inside this thing begins to speed up in its activity.
Run. I am moving my ass away.
What's here? What's this again?
Another door.
Is that the metal door?
No, that's not the metal door. The metal door is to the metal door is to the side.
Okay.
So Teresa, you're stepping away.
Yeah. To be clear, like, we are all sort of spread out currently map-wise.
Mhm.
I'd gone up here because that's where Valdeth was, so I assume that's where all of this was happening.
Yep.
Yeah, it's this bottom right corner
Okay.
of this hallway.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're right. The ticking speeds up and gets louder and then
I get
stops.
Grumman kind of puts one palm into a fist, cracks one set of knuckles, does the other one, says, "All right, we're gonna have to take you apart the old-fashioned way." He's gonna walk up towards it.
Titania,
Yeah.
you hear the door, that metal door.
Oh. I'm gonna go look at it.
It's over here.
Sorry. Oh.
Where is it?
It's over here.
Okay. The door opens. I'm walking toward it. We'll look
Oh,
in.
bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what that is.
You open the door.
Yeah.
There's a long hallway inside that leads to another metal door. And
That
from
one
the other
open?
side, you hear. Coming from the other side of that door.
Something big's moving.
On my way. Shall we?
Aye, let's go check
I'm
and see what that
moving.
was.
Yep.
That might have just been the secret device to open the door.
Titania, you watch this metal door.
Huh?
As people are coming through, you're still all taking
Yeah.
your time. Hang on a second. I'm going to put people in places for where they're at when this happens.
Fair.
Okay.
So, Valdeth, you're right there. Teresa, you're going to be right there. Ithram, you're probably right around. You were closer to the door, so you're probably right around there. Grummond, are you also following behind?
Grumman is trying to unscrew the helmet.
Okay. So Titania, as you sort of step in, and as people are coming forward, the door in front of you suddenly deforms. This
Oh boy.
this large metal door just bends inward as some very large amount of force impacts on it.
Okay.
And a second one. All right.
What was
Okay.
that?
So, Titania, you just heard now you all are coming through, so you're getting closer.
Something big. I have to see that. Hang on. I'm looking at spells. Ithram, do you have that stick that can lock doors? I'm really specific.
Ithram, before you can answer, you see these two suits of armor that are in the southern corners begin. You can hear clockwork beginning to tick, tick, tick inside them as the disassembled pieces begin pulling themselves back together. Grummond, you're trying to unscrew this helmet, and the free hand reaches up and just sort of grabs at your shoulder. We're gonna start
Alright,
rolling
I'm
initiative.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm definitely getting a new set of shiny belt buckles.
As several things are going to start appearing.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
I didn't have time to do wild shape, did I?
No, not yet.
Shoot.
Ooh, I
And
rolled.
a hit die
dookie.
in my short rest, so I get to start with 1 sin.
Initiative.
Did
is not
the super nice statue that suit of armor that Gremlin was trying to decapitate have a shield?
No.
Okay.
2. Yep.
Sorry, give me just a moment.
Oh, right, that is an ability check, so I do need God, okay.
thank
Yes,
you.
initiative is an ability check. So if you have exhaustion, all right. You get some initiative. You get some initiative. And you get some initiative. And you get some initiative. All right. I think, is that everyone? Carissa, Grummond, Ithram, Valda, Titania. Yes, that's everyone. All right. So first, the suit of armor that's sort of right next to you, Ithram, you watch as it, the bits and pieces of it that were sort of distended down and hanging by what you thought were just sort of straps, the straps begin to rotate as if they're being reeled back in on some sort of pulley system. And you hear all this clockwork just begin to reconnect itself. As it is putting itself together, the chest of this armor sort of hinges open, and you sort of see a mechanism inside begin to glow with a little bit of fire.
Ooh, interesting.
Let's see.
That does not look arcane.
It isn't. Hang on a second. I think that's missing some information. Oh, no, it's not. So yeah, you sort of, ooh, interesting. A net just shoots out of its chest, collides with you, does no damage, but wraps around you, restraining you. As it sort of like latches onto you with this net from its chest that begins to retract towards it.
Oh, not again.
No, this is not you. That's Ithram.
Oh, fair.
Jarissa.
Sorry, re-explain exactly what's going on right now in terms of what I just saw.
So what you just saw was the two statues to the south of you have begun to reassemble themselves. Or the two suits of armor to the south of you have begun to reassemble themselves. One of them reassembled itself a little bit faster and launched a net out of its chest that wrapped around Ithram and sort of locked him down.
Okay, let's see. Let's, native, blah, 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 blah. Ugh. All right, I will. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit this And before I do that, though, I am going to use my bonus action to cast Banishing Smite.
Right.
On the one that it's... Actually, first, can I get a real quick Arcana roll? Would these things qualify as creatures?
Give me an Arcana roll.
12.
So they look like constructs. You're pretty certain they're constructs,
So that counts.
which do count as creatures, yes, but they have certain things that they aren't as affected by or affected at all by as normal creatures would be, like psychic damage, things like that. But
right, being banished is not generally one of those things.
No, being banished can happen to basically anybody.
And is the one that is still in the process of being assembled, would it be safe to estimate that it's probably currently a creature, even if it's not fully together?
Yeah, it's currently a creature. And
Okay.
It's not fully together.
I'm going to go over to that one. Cast Banishing Smite. Run my hand along my sword, and then take a swing.
All right.
18.
18 hits.
Okay. So it takes let's see. So it takes 17 slashing, 5 radiant. And it needs to make a...
Banishing Strike also has an amount of force damage, doesn't it?
Oh, there's no save on it. Never mind. Yeah, no, I thought it was a save.
No, it's an amount of force damage, and if it drops them below 50 hit points, they go away.
And 22 force damage.
So yeah, you smash this thing with your greatsword. There's this burst of arcane energy that rips through your sword and through its body. And before you finish the swing, it disappears.
In it was banished way, or it disappears under some mysterious power that I am not aware of?
You are aware of the fact that you banished it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Look, your creatures can have some weird abilities sometimes.
It's
so-
true, it's true. No. You banished it.
Okay, good.
Banished it hard.
That is my turn.
All right. I believe it stays banished so long as you concentrate on Banishing Smite, or is it just banished for a set amount of time?
It remains there, yeah, as long as I concentrate up to a minute.
Yeah. So you...
And it's either on its home plane, or if this is its home plane, a harmless demi-plane.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if it has a different home plane, it's just gone. Period.
No,
only if it lasts for a minute.
That's
Actually,
banishment.
Yeah, that's banishment.
this
Normally,
is not
that's-
the banishment spell. The
Reread that for a second. If the target is native to a different plane of existence than you're on, the target disappears, returning to its home plane. Period. Second sentence: if the target is native to the plane you're on, it vanishes into harmless demi-plane. It remains there until the spell ends.
yes. It doesn't stay there if the spell completes while it's still gone, unlike banish.
Oh no, sorry, I'm the one reading this. I'm
Yeah.
the one reading the grammar wrong.
Yeah, you're reading the grammar wrong. Yeah, no.
Anyways,
It does not stay gone forever.
yeah.
Banishing Smite is not as good as Banish.
No, well, but because it does its own stuff,
Yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
it's actually not. It's either the same level or just one level higher than banishment. So
It's one level higher than Banishment, yeah.
yeah,
It doesn't, but it doesn't have a saving throw, and it does damage. Those are the two
Yep.
things that it gets instead of permanently being able to banish things.
so yeah.
Though to be
Anyways,
fair, the health bar that it puts them at of being under 50 is basically saying you could probably kill this thing in another smite anyway.
Yeah, that's why it's a concentration spell.
Conceivably.
So it's gone at the shortest period of time that it'll be gone is until you lose your concentration or until you ready your next smite spell. So basically, the thing with Banishing Smite is Banishing Smite. Oh, it went away? All right. Next round. Smite. It's back.
Yep.
All right.
Yes, that is my turn.
At the end of your turn, Titania, the door that you're in front of.
Yep.
Another massive indentation. And then the door, along with several bits of the stone wall that's attached to, rocket towards you, slamming into the ground just before your feet. On the other side of it is this massive construct that is sort of, it looks like, let me look at it. It's this massive construct that's sort of like this hunched over mechanical form that has many, many weapons locked, like sort of stabbed into it at several different angles, along with several what look like frostbitten corpses that are just sort of stapled to it at in various directions. And the entire thing is sort of covered in this sheen of cold frost as you sort of get this immediate waft of cold air coming to you after the door slammed open. It seems like it's too large for the hallway that you're in.
Yeah.
But you also just saw it blast through what was presumably a locked and barred door, and you're pretty certain the hallway's not gonna stop it.
Okay.
In fact, it's used its action to blast through the door, so it's going to use its movement. It just starts moving towards you. And as it does, the wall begins to crumble around it as it just shoulders through. It gets to right there.
Does it seem it all slowed by that then?
A little
Did it
bit.
Go through the wall?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's a little bit slowed by going through the wall.
Okay. Okay.
Not a lot, but a little bit. It's got to push.
It is essentially squeezing.
Yeah. Drummond.
So what the net is doing? What? Oh no, I'm not.
You're not
netted.
netted. No.
Aha. Okay. All right. So I'm going to step to here, sort of step around it, and then I'm going to hit this thing. Just go again, boxer stance, and take a swing at the helmet that I was trying to screw off.
You know, I'm realizing that these Clockwork Soldiers, like the Tome of Beasts art for these Clockwork Soldiers, looks kind of Garlean.
A little bit. 28 hits.
I'm really hoping that hit.
28 hits.
All right. So that's a 10 points of damage. I'm gonna spend a key point and see if I can stun it.
Okay. Was that
as a player? I think that's unlikely, but it's definitely something Grumman would try.
Yeah, you try to stun it. So what does it have to do in order to resist your stun?
It has to make, I believe, a Constitution save.
Okay.
Let me see.
It rolled a natural 1, and it's not immune to being stunned. So you just sort of you slam it, and you hear a gear break loose, and it just sort of ting 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 on the inside, and then and it's like the clockwork sounds that it makes as it begins to try to lower its arm to get ready to attack you. Catches, and it's like it's trying to move, but something is stuck.
It's
Okay.
the sound a way too old recliner makes when you sit down in it just before you get a spring stabbing into your kidney.
God damn.
All right, so that was your first attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow up with another right jab. And that's a 22.
With advantage,
22.
it's stunned.
Yes. I'm just gonna roll again because I forgot about advantage. 29.
29 hits.
All right. And
I'm just gonna take this guy apart by himself.
let's see.
He did say that he's gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
I don't know why it won't let me roll damage. Hold on.
Just click on the unarmed strike
That's-
name in Roll20 chat.
That's what I'm trying to do, and it's not doing anything. I'll do it in
There it is.
16. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and spend another key point for Flurry of Blows.
Flurry of Bros.
And so this is two rights and then an undercut from the left. I forgot to roll with advantage. 29.
29 hits again.
9 points of damage. I'm gonna just for fun. I'm gonna use Crusher to move it 5 feet. I'm assuming I can't slam it into the wall and do extra damage. So if that's the case, I just want to move it to that space over towards the door.
Yeah, sure. You slide. You get that left hook in, and it sort of slides over towards the door.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna at this point follow around with a roundhouse from the right. And it is, God damn it, I keep forgetting to roll twice in a row. Well, that 30, I assume, hits.
Yes, 30 hits. No, a 30 misses. What?
And another 13 points of damage.
All right. So yeah, just knocking this thing back and forth around in the hallway.
And he's sort of ducking and jiving as he's moving it around. Just FYI, as a drunken master, when I use my flurry of blows, I automatically have disengage.
Yep. So you can move away without provoking top opportunity if you so desire.
And my walking speed is 10 higher, so my walking speed is temporarily 60. And that's so I'm going to
make up for all the disadvantages.
Yeah, I'm at this point. I'm going to move around over to here, just sort of circle around it. I don't see anybody in here.
Nope.
Let's see. But is this door? This door is not open, right?
Correct. The door is not open yet.
All right, I'm going to go to there and open the door.
You open the door. The first thing you see is Ithram entangled in a net.
No. Does this Clockwork Soldier look the same as the other one?
No, it's different.
Okay. I see you all found it to your own. We got one coming up from that way. Don't worry, I'll beat the shit out of it. And when it figures out which way is up, I'm going to punch it some more. And that's my turn.
Ithram.
Question. This net that's currently encapsulating me, what is it made of? Rope or wire?
Wire.
All right, then. I'm not going to do that.
What, shock yourself?
No, I was going to shock it. But
do it. It's
no,
made of metal.
Let's see. Yeah, he's going to hold he's going to stick one of his hands through one of the holes in the net, and a bit of fire gathers in his palm. And let's see, which level do I want to cast it at? Yeah, I'll cast it at 3rd level. I'm going to cast Agonizer Scorcher straight in this corner at this. Yep. So DC 18. Oh, I got to roll one more D8, but DC 18 dex save, or take 14 points of fire damage.
Rolled a 2.
All right, so 14 points of fire damage.
Yeah, you just light it up. Still standing, a little bit red from the heat.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hotter, actually. It starts to sort of like a little bit of burn as the net touches you.
It'll leave cool scars. No.
Doesn't hurt yet.
I-
I mean, doesn't like.
I don't hold it that
statistically
long.
hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me.
All right.
I can't move.
The
Wizards aren't known for their bonus actions.
Clockwork Knight's turn. It doesn't do anything because it's still trying to get that gear out. Valdeth.
Yeah, so we're going to get rid of this thing that's on Ithram. So we're gonna take a bonus action, gain my second sen. Step over here. And cut it open. 27 to hit.
27 to hit the clockwork.
Yes.
That hits.
That'll be 12 slashing. And 20 to hit.
That hits.
18 slashing.
Still standing. All right. Titania, something large this way cometh.
Yep. I'm gonna stick my staff out at it and cast Shatter.
All right.
It has to make a con save. It's made out of inorganic stuff, so it has disadvantage.
It also has magic resistance, so it has advantage.
Okay, fine. It's flat.
Damn it, Cody.
Also, at least half of it is organic. There's a whole bunch of corpses stapled to it.
The core of it, though, is inorganic, and so I think it counts.
The moving bits.
Mhm.
The parts that matter.
Sorry, the actively moving bits, not the ones that are moving just by momentum.
Rolled a 17.
Hey, I don't think that works. It doesn't say the staff is. I think it has the same DC as I do.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so 18. Nope. Okay. Let's see. That does it at. Yeah. So it does 3d8 thunder. 13 thunder damage.
You do 13 thunder damage to it. You also do 13 thunder damage to the surrounding walls. As all of you hear this cacophonous sound coming from the hallway. And as you do, the walls around it start to crumble, giving it much more room to move.
Okay, well, that was a choice. And then I'm gonna get away from this thing. I'm gonna use Face Step. And I'm going to teleport out 30 feet. Yeah. Out in the hallway.
All right, so you...
Away from it.
There's a flash of Fey energy out the door of the hallway, and Titania appears at the other side of the room.
It's big. It's really big. That's my turn.
All right. It's the Watchman's turn. Because it still has a hold of Ithram, you hear the sound of clockwork turning on the inside, and it looks over at Valdeth, reaches over, and tries to grab Valdeth with a hand.
Okay. Is like opposed athletics or?
No, it's an attack roll on its part. It's not grappling you. This is not the book standard version of this creature.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit you?
Yes.
All right. So it reaches out and grabs your shoulder. And as it does, there's a ting, and the entire thing suddenly lights up with electricity as it electrocutes you and Ithram. Because Ithram's still in the net. Fortunately, it rolled a 2 and a 1 on its 2d10 electrical lightning damage. So the two of you take 3 lightning damage.
Excellent.
The light buzz.
Jurissa.
Yep. All right. Sort of peeks up. Do you two have this thing covered?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very well. Walk up. Ooh, you're delightful. Not walking into the room. Actually, let's go. I mean, it's not gonna make a huge difference, but maybe. Holds out her hand that has the gauntlet on it, sort of twists it, gestures, and is firing off a few Eldritch blasts.
Well, this is the first time you've used the gauntlet, isn't it?
Yep. I mean, it's the first time I've Eldritch blasted it at all.
Yeah.
So that is a Jesus Christ. Yep,
Are you
I'm rolling
surprised?
dice.
That's what I say.
I sure am rolling dice.
The 19 hits.
Good. I hit once out of 3 with a plus 10 to hit. Yep.
What'd you roll?
4 damage.
Well, for the audience benefit, really.
I just think you wanted to make me say it. Yep.
You tell them what you rolled.
You tell them what you rolled. What was that, including your extra attack?
Oh, that's right. You do get an extra attack. That's right. That's right.
Don't roll a 1 or a 2.
For those at home, I rolled a natural 6, a 9, a 3, and a 2 on my 4 attack rolls.
So, what happens when you roll a 2 on the attack roll?
That's a real good question. No, it is. Yep, you're right. It is a 1 or a 2. Great. Jesus Christ!
Why'd you roll good on that one?
Real good.
So, are you only wearing like one of the gauntlets, basically?
Yeah, I think so, probably.
All right, so you all watch as this reinforced leather glove gauntlet that Juris is wearing on one hand lights up with these greenish, sort of teal green bluish runes as this energy charges up, and as Jerissa releases these eldritch blasts, a fourth one begins to charge, and then you watch as it and all the runes on the glove flash red, and it explodes in energy, and this sort of eldritch
She looks
black...
like, oh fuck.
As this wave of necrotic energy backfires out of the gauntlets and into Jerissa, dealing 20 necrotic damage and reducing your hit point maximum by 20.
Yeesh.
Ow!
Fuck.
Oh, that's right. It does to the back. Behind it too.
That's dangerous.
Only for me, because you really have to roll badly. And hold
Just
on.
saying, you got like you have a 1 in 10 chance of blowing yourself up.
Good news, the banishment is still holding.
Yay! So for those that are unfamiliar, the Gauntlets of Eldritch Fury.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I won't explain it.
Oh no, that was
okay.
reacting to.
So the Gauntlets of Eldritch Fury do three things. When you hit a target with an Eldritch Blast spell, you treat any 1 on a damage die as a 2. So the minimum you can roll on damage is a 2 with an Eldritch Blast. With the
That's why
Gauntlets of
it's
Eldritch
good
Fury,
for me to
us.
have it.
Yeah.
Because my die rolling.
Additionally, while wearing the gauntlets, you can choose to create an additional beam of energy to make an extra attack whenever you cast Eldritch Blast. So it increases the amount of beams that you fire with Eldritch Blast by 1. And that's not to a maximum. So even if you've got all 4 of your Eldritch Blasts, you can just shoot a 5th one. However, when you roll a 1 or a 2 on an attack roll made whenever you cast Eldritch Blast, not just on the last one, you take actually, sorry. It is only with the extra beam, which that was. So
Which
it
it
wouldn't have
was,
mattered with any of
correct.
the other ones.
Correct.
So when you roll 1 or 2 on an attack roll made with this extra beam, you take 3d12 necrotic damage, and until you finish a short or long rest, your hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the necrotic damage you take. This necrotic damage ignores any resistance and immunity, and if it reduces you to 0, you die.
And of course, me being me, with 3d12, 3 to 36, of course I rolled 20 damage. Yep. Yeah. Driz is just like,
It
I'm
punishes you
fine.
for being greedy.
What the hell was that?
I'm good.
All right. Anything
Focus
else?
on bad guys.
Anything else on your turn?
No, she just mostly just spends the rest of her turn like forcing through sheer willpower to maintain concentration on the spell.
There's just this trickle of blood coming out of your nose.
Fine.
Back up farther.
Valdeth, you hear the wall beside you begin to crumble?
Yep.
As this massive construct with frostbitten bodies stapled to it bursts through where the door would have been, or where the door still was, and the wall, coming out into the room proper and just sort of rearing back to its full height. This thing, like, the bodies stapled to the top of its back are scraping the ceiling as the bits of weaponry and various other things stabbed into its top break and shatter away. And as it rears back, looking around with these two massive, like, spiked arms.
Oh yeah, is what it yells. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It turns and sort of surveys the gathering around it. You're too close for that. Yeah. And just whips around one arm punching at Ithram because it's in a net.
Excuse me, I'm in a net. It's outside the net.
Because you're in the net, yeah.
The rest of the universe is in a net. You're on the wrong side of it.
Does the 28 hit you?
You know what? This time, yes, I'll let it.
Good. You take 27 bludgeoning damage and 19 necrotic damage. As just, and as it hits you, you feel this siphoning energy that it sort of like it just sort of rips away some of your life force with that first punch. And then it wheels back and just backhands towards Grummond in the door. Does a 26 hit you, Grummond?
Yes, it does.
Across your face, a fist the size of you, basically, just comes and backhands you, and as the spikes tear into you, you take 20 bludgeoning and 19 necrotic damage. As the only actual credible threat in this fight appears. Grummond.
Oh, well, I don't know where this thing came from, but I know what we're gonna have to do to it. And I'm going to. How tall is it?
It's like it's a little bit hunched over, but the hunch gets to about 20 feet,
Okay.
which is scraping the ceiling.
Okay, so I'm going to run up the wall beside me and then jump off and try to punch it on its sort of upper hump, I guess.
Okay. You are flanking it with Valdez, so you do have advantage.
Okay. 22.
22 hits.
Thank God. 15 points of damage.
Yep.
Gonna try to stun it.
That's a con save.
Yeah.
Natural 1.
Yes. All right. So
again,
Grumman
you
says,
hit it, and you hear a gear just break loose and get stuck in the mechanism.
Grumman's up there and he shouts down, "All right, everybody, get to ringing this bell while the ringing's good." And he's going to just take. I'm going to spend a key point to trigger on our what's it called, flurry of blows, and he's going to take 2 pops, just boom, boom. I'm going to get.
You have another
advantage
attack
on
still,
both.
don't you?
I know, but he's doing so. 26
hits.
All right.
That's actually a 30. That's actually a 31.
Oh yeah, 31. Okay.
Yep. Another 15.
And then my second hit.
27 hits.
All right. And since so 11 more points of damage, and then since I am on top of it, how far away does this thing look like it can reach?
Not very far. Like, it's big and it's got large hands, but it seems like for the most part it swings very close to it. It doesn't have a lot of mobility with its arms.
Okay. All right. And I can't move into a space occupied by a friend, right? Okay.
I mean, you can move through it, but you can't stop in it.
Yeah. All right. Then I think with that, he's going to then kick off of it with the last blow being a kick, and then we'll land back in the space where he started, going back and blocking that door in case the other clockwork thing comes up.
All right.
Whoops. Sorry. I rolled the wrong thing. There we go.
You have advantage. There you go. So, 23 hits.
All right. And another 16 points.
16 points of bludgeoning. All right. Anything else on your turn?
I don't think so. I think I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna stay there to stop the other thing from coming in case it tries to.
5th round.
All right. Sure. He flicks the wrist of the hand that's outside of the net, and then casts Steel Wind Strike. First one.
Yeah, no, you can still do that.
First one at the little one in the corner. It's just Melee attack, if I remember correct.
Melee spell
Let's
attack,
throw-
but yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just use the booming blade attack.
Oh, booming blade attack is
Wait.
an actual melee attack, not a melee spell attack.
Let's see.
A melee spell attack is just an attack with your spell modifier, so it would just be a d20 plus your intelligence plus proficiency.
Okay, yeah, here we go. I
It's
got it
just
set
it's
up right
melee
now.
rather than
Yeah, for most spellcasters that
29.
have stuff like this, it might just be useful to have like melee spell attack and ranged spell attack general rules.
29 hits.
All right.
Which one are you hitting
It-
first?
This one down in the corner for
It's just
39 points of force damage.
it explodes in a shower of clockwork.
I disappear. It's a grenade. And then second one for the big guy, I'm just gonna pop up over here when I come back. Also 29.
29 hits. Well, you have
That
advantage
was a
to hit him.
solid
Oh.
hit. It's
Nice.
nicely done.
Let's see if it's a nope.
Nope,
So
46.
29 for 46 points of force damage.
Ow.
And because fuck that guy, I'm gonna use a power surge, and so it's actually 53 points of force damage.
What does Power Surge do?
Adds half of my spellcaster level to any spell that I cast.
So how much is that?
7 points.
Ow, yeah. So just explosions of force energy and bits and pieces go flying off both of these things. One of the frostbitten corpses hits the ground. Hey,
Right. That's it.
from behind you, Grummond, you hear the sound of a cog being ejected.
All right. You, I'm over here. I thought you forgot about the party.
Oh, look, he's got advantage.
The other guy's stunned. Does he still get it?
Oh, yeah, no, he's stunned. He's not threatening you at the moment, so. Yeah, he just comes forward with that long sword, bringing it to bear. A natural 20.
No. Funnily enough, that hits.
For 17 slashing damage. As this longsword just digs into your side. But that's all it gets to do.
No bad effort.
Valdeth.
All right, I guess it's time to deal with this thing now. As she reaches her thumb up and presses the first button on the Rod of Lordly Might, and the magical aura that's granting the blade its supernatural sharpness turns into flames as it changes from a +3 longsword into a flame tongue longsword.
Yeah, just it's the same sword shape. It just goes, just like there's just like two vents open up on either side of it, shink, and just emit flame.
As it loses the +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls, but instead gains extra damage dice. So, and I've got advantage on it, so it's going good. 23 to hit.
Yep.
For 15 slashing and 8 fire. 21 to hit. For 13 slashing and 5 fire.
Alrighty. Anything else on your turn? Anything else on your turn?
That's it.
Tanya.
Okay. Did I hear right? This big construct is stunned right now?
Yep.
Sure is.
Okay. I'm gonna come around the corner then. And oh god. Well, yep, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry, Drummond. Very sorry for what I'm about to do. But I'm going to cast lightning bolt.
He's a
Hey,
monk,
wait,
he has
that's a
evasion.
conflict of interest after I signed the court release form.
And Yeah, just send a line right through there.
Now you
This
cast
is the real way that Titania gets all of her zombies. She just gets people to sign the contract, and then she kills them in battle.
I mean,
Did you take that prerequisite for the staff?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I know you took the
I
broom
have
of
that.
flying.
And the one that has shatter and lightning bolt and etc. Yeah.
Okay. You get a third one. What was the third variant property that you took?
Spirit. I have two more: Spirit Guardians and Wind Wall.
No, you have
The other ones.
You have 3 properties. Broom of flying is one of them.
Yeah, but it gets 4 spells with it.
Oh yeah. No. What I mean was, what was the third property that you took?
Oh, staff gains 8 charges and regains blah blah blah. You get these spells.
Yeah. So that's the second variant.
And then
that
the
you
third
took.
one is the resistance to cold damage.
Okay, that was the one that I was looking for.
Yep. Nope. I'm gonna send a lightning bolt through them. They all make a dex save. They automatically the big guy automatically fails.
Yeah, because he's stunned.
Yep.
Grumman's a monk. He's got evasion.
Yeah.
You
We
mean
learned
trap
that this thing
detection?
actually absorbs lightning.
Yeah, that'd be the terrifying part here.
The
Hopefully
huntsman
not.
the
We'll see.
huntsman chooses to fail.
Oh, okay. I don't like that.
So yes, the huntsman does absorb lightning. We're finding out.
All right. Well. Oh well. It is 8d6.
I will laugh if you heal both of our adversaries and damage Grumman.
Don't.
Grumman, your saving throw. Dexterity saving throw.
8d6.
17.
Nope.
All right. Well, hold on. I think I can spend a key point and re-roll it.
Do you have an inspiration?
I do, but I also think I have drunkard's luck. So I can spend. Oh no, that just cancels disadvantage. Never mind.
You also have diamond soul, I think, at this level, don't you? Which lets you spend key points to re-roll failed saves.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, yeah. Yep. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the wrong thing. Let me just double check, make sure. I know I have something on saves. I think you're right. I think it's diamond soul.
It's diamond soul.
Proficient in all of them, and yes, I can spend a key point and re-roll it. Yeah, I would very much like to, please.
Go ahead, spend a key point, re-roll.
19?
Yep, that saves.
Thank God.
You get
Okay.
half damage.
No damage.
No, I
He gets
get
no
none,
damage
'cause
because he
I
has
have
evasion.
Oh,
Because monks are crazy, yo.
Yep.
At high
yep.
levels, monks are
Good
terrifying.
news, you
20?
only healed our enemy.
Yeah, 29 lightning damage.
So
I-
the big one.
I think he just falls down.
The big one gets blown apart.
Oh, good.
The one behind Grummond gets hit with the lightning bolt, and you hear the sound of gears spinning faster.
Oh no. Okay.
He's been turbocharged.
Well, I still feel good about that. That's my action. I
As-
don't have a bonus action.
As a
The
note,
end.
mostly for Grummond, it's now glowing with electricity. It hasn't gone away yet.
Oh boy. You should maybe get away from it.
It's gone super cyborg.
Jarissa, big thing.
Please
hits
tell
the
me
ground.
it's direct. Oh, good, it's directly behind. You're prone right now, course, kind of. That's how you described it.
Yeah. No, I mean, if John will allow it, he is literally prone.
Sure,
He's
you
gonna
can
fall
drop down.
Because I think
Alright.
that's what he would do when he saw a lightning blast. He'd be like, "No, wait, the contract." Oh.
You can absolutely drop down.
Let's
Drop
see if
prone.
I can do another 20 damage to myself. Well, I didn't.
Well, it only blows you up on the extra attack.
This is true.
A 14
I'm not
hits.
pissed about that. Oh, 14 hits. Good. 22. 16. And here's the one that matters. Yay!
All
No damage to myself.
right.
So that's 8 2, 2, and 3.
14.
No, 15.
Yeah, that two.
Ones or
That one's a
twos.
2.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yep.
15.
So 15 damage.
Yeah, just as these other blasts.
That fucking damage rolling.
That's pretty good. You did, a good amount of damage to it. All
15
right.
out of 40-10 is not that good.
I mean,
Remember, those are D10s.
yeah. You took half of what it gained back from that lightning bolt away.
And I will, because this thing is turbocharged and might be throwing a lightning bolt back at us, Drissa just sort of casually sidesteps into the hallway.
Grummond.
I am going to pop back up, I think.
So use your half your movement to stand back up.
Nope, I only use 5 feet.
You use
'Cause I'm a
5 feet of
monk.
your movement to stand back up.
Well, because I'm a drunken master.
Yep.
Sorry, I'll stand him back up.
I like how drunken
There he
masters
goes.
get what other people have to spend a feat for.
Yeah. And so he just sort of has fallen down and then kicks his legs to try to hop back to his feet. When that doesn't work, he just pushes himself back up real quick. And then I think actually as he's coming up, he's going to take a swing with one of his legs as he's popping up at this supercharged boy.
All right.
30.
30 hits.
Going to spend another key point. Stunning strike.
Do your damage.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Just waiting to see what was...
All right.
11 points of damage.
11 points. It takes 11. You take 2 points of lightning damage as you punch it.
Okay. Oh, I see what you got going on there.
17 on the con save.
That is... Hold on. I have to check and see what it actually... DC 16, so it makes it.
Yep. You punch it in the
I think
same
then-
spot, expecting that gear to knock loose, and forgetting that the gear has already been knocked loose and thus is gone.
Right. All right. Well, I think I heard some more gears over here. I'll take another swing at him.
$20 hits.
Okay. I would really like to stun him, so I'm going to spend another key point.
Okay. Spend that key. 8 on the con save.
All right, so stun. Fantastic. And
You
then
did
I
hear
will
another
spend-
gear right here. Ting, ping, ting, 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 ting.
Well, I love fighting these things. They're just chock full of weak points. And then I will spend another key point, do a little flurry of blows action. With
You
advantage.
also take 8 points of electric damage from that first hit, or from that
Okay.
second hit.
A 29,
29 hits.
12 more, and I'm sure I take some damage.
Yep. 7 points of lightning damage.
This is basically he's fighting the inflatable clown, and each time he punches it, it comes back and hits him in the nose. Oh, you think you're gonna get the best of me? Well,
He's done more damage to you while stunned this round than he has at all the entire time.
yup. And oh yeah, hell yeah, critical.
Critical hit.
And then let's see, and then also, If he survives this, that actually doesn't help super much. It's attack rolls are at advantage against him, but they still are because of Crusher. So that's 23 points of damage.
And you take 4 points of lightning damage in return. He is still standing and still stuck as that gear.
I am now bloodied. No. No, not quite, but almost.
Ithram.
All right. I am going to just step
Oh.
over.
I'm so sorry. Can I move around it?
Yeah,
to clear
absolutely.
up the space. All right. So I'm actually going to move around to the far side of it and say, "All right, I got him on the ropes, but come up, and he's a wily one."
Okay. Then yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna step into right here, and booming blade. So advantage,
Triple advantage.
triple advantage.
Which
Watch
is
it not
to say
do
just
shit.
advantage.
Yeah. 22.
22 hits.
That's a solid 5 points of bludgeoning damage from my trusty flail, plus 22 points of thunder damage.
Woo!
And it explodes. Bits of metal and clockwork.
I just want to hit it right in the chest so that it just, when the magical energy detonates, it just like blasts it into the wall and then it just slumps down, sitting down.
You definitely do hit it in the chest. But something else happens too. As bits and pieces of it sort of fly away from the flail smashing into it, you notice that as you knock away the breastplate, there is a more consolidated, not fully clockwork device sort of in the core of its torso that as you hit it, it's the thing that all this lightning is radiating out of. Seems to be the thing that the lightning got caught into. And you notice that there is a red light on it that's getting brighter.
I jump on it.
Good.
Detonated.
Shut up.
As
Can
it
I jump on it?
explodes, you can. You absolutely
Yeah.
can jump on it.
Yeah.
So you and Ithram both need to make dexterity saving throws. You with disadvantage because you jumped into it.
Well, I'm trying to shield
Yeah.
everybody else
It's
from
a
it.
it's an orc-sized machine. You're a dwarf. You don't have don't physically have the meat to shield other people from it. Also, it's only people that are within 5 feet of it, so it's only you and Ithram.
Let's see. And I'll use
16.
I'll use my reaction for arcane deflection as well. So
Alright.
that adds 4 to a saving throw. So that's a 17.
You both succeed because the DC was 13. So you only take half damage.
And Grumman somehow takes none.
I take none.
Grumman takes no damage. Grumman's like, "Hwah, psh," and it explodes the other way.
Don't worry, I've got it. Oh,
Why at me?
Like you go to shield from it, but you just sort of turn it at Ithram.
I have to dodge farther.
I think if I may make a suggestion, I think he says, "Look out, Ithram, look out!" And he goes and sort of pushes it down and just jumps on top of it like you're jumping on a grenade. And then as he does that, something else breaks and the little core rolls out to Ithram's feet and then explodes.
Absolutely.
Tiny arcane bubble
So-
appears right above it as it explodes.
Ithram, you take 6 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Because it 12 points of damage total, you get half.
I like the idea that Ithra, being the shield mage, just like puts a tiny bubble around the grenade before it goes off to try and dampen the explosion.
It's like block.
A little bit.
Mostly.
Quick, put a bucket.
Yeah.
Block, block, blah, 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 block.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, with that, the combat comes to an end as all the sounds of clockwork tick down to a cessation.
I sort of tilt my head inside, back into the room. Everybody alive?
Dusting ash off myself.
Grumman looks up. His hair is like all directions out, looking like Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Yes, for the most part.
Delightful. Shall we?
Valeth presses the first button as the flames recede on the blade, and it retracts back into a rod. And she kind of looks up at Jerissa. I suppose that your second assumption was the correct one, then.
That sounds like yes. Shall we see at least what's down this hallway?
Certainly.
So you step into the hallway.
And then I die.
You step into the room. The first thing that assails your nose is, or the first thing that assails you is this cold air.
The first thing that assails my nose is a battle axe.
Flying through the air.
No, there's a mechanism like sort of in the middle of the room. It looks kind of like a large barrel that has had had a quarter of it like sort of chunked out and slammed like in with mechanical bits added to it, and it seems to be like reducing the ambient temperature of the room drastically to the point where like your breath is frosting as you begin to breathe as you breathe out, and there's ice forming on bits and pieces of everything in the room, which is fortunate because it dampens the smell of the pile of corpses you see in the back of the area. That thing that seemed to be part of what that thing was covered in. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
For all of us, or
anyone that goes into this cold storage into this room that wants to make an investigation check.
Sure.
17.
14.
Check something else on the way back.
9.
Ooh.
I think Grumman's most interested in the device, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the corpses. I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Exhaustion is really annoying me.
You should rest.
Yeah, but then other people were gonna have a horrible night to have a curse.
Yeah, but you won't have exhaustion anymore.
I can get rid of your exhaustion.
All right. So
possibly.
Grummond with a 14. This is some sort of mechanical device that's just it's an air conditioner basically. Like it's just like it's designed to drop temperatures in an isolated room that it's in to below freezing.
Could we take it with us?
It looks like it's built into the ground. You could possibly disassemble it and take it with you, but it would require Tinker's, it's the Tinker's tools basically to do so.
I have those.
Yeah. To tell you with a 13, the bodies all seem to be of varying levels of like clothedness, most likely because just because of the time and however long they've been down here. They've been down here for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty certain. So it's hard to tell. It just looks like a pile of bodies, really.
I can't tell whether they're like adventurers or that they seem to like belong to the house.
They definitely don't seem to be adventurers.
Okay. That's weird.
Ithram with a 15. These don't seem to be adventurers. They seem like they look like it's hard to tell just because of how the state the bodies are in and the state the clothes are in, but it looks like they rushed into this room. Maybe trying to escape from something, maybe chasing something.
They all seem to be surprised.
Jerissa, something catches your eye as you're looking in here. One, there seems to be some something shining, like some sort of shiny item in the pile of bodies. 2, one of the bodies in the pile of bodies is very well dressed. And he seems to be at the bottom of the pile.
Okay.
You're sort of looking at it and thinking back to a few other things that have gone on that you've seen throughout the house, putting a few scenarios together. The first thing that hops into your mind is the phrase "eat the rich." As you're looking in here, the people on top decidedly worse dressed than the corpse on the bottom of the pile. And there's no food in the house.
Right.
And a lot of the furniture is broken. And this door is basically the only door that was sealed still.
Fair enough.
But yeah, aside from determining that this seems like some sort of like peasant uprising that happened at some point, you do see that there are a few things in that pile. Like there's like 1 or 2 things in that pile that look like they might still be good.
Yeah, no. He just looks at it, tilts her head a little bit, interesting, and then walks over and unceremoniously, like, both hands on the blade at like different, like grab scabbard, certainly not gun here, but it's just heaving bodies left and right to get down to the core of it.
Yep.
Just casually whistling a little bit.
As these mostly frozen bodies are just tossed hither and thither. Is anybody joining in or just watching Jarissa dig through bodies?
While Driss is digging through bodies, I'm gonna head back over to the one that exploded, and see if I can tell what kind of metal that the armor was made out of.
Give me an investigation check or a nature check, one of the two.
Help. I'll go and help. I can decompose some bodies, so that'll make it easier to move them, presumably.
Before we do that, let's dig through. I have some assumptions and theories and conclusions, but
okay.
So you eventually dig down to the bottom and you find that this individual, who's very well dressed, has a couple of interesting things on him. One, an interesting key that has this sort of spiral motif in the sort of the end of it, and it's just a gold and silver item, and the where the prongs of the key, where the teeth of the key would be, is what looks like a door almost. Aside from that, there is also a small wind up figure. Like it's like a small it looks kind of like a clockwork monkey if somebody designed the clockwork monkey to look like an old man instead of like an actual monkey.
right.
I need to refresh this really quick. And a pair of very nice red gloves. Actually, sorry, a single very nice like red leather glove. Those are the 3 things you find.
And the first, it was a key that
A key with sort of with a weird spiral motif in the grip portion of it, and where the prong of the key is shaped like a door.
interesting. So I will fish these out.
The
Step
key
away.
The key goes to Sigil.
Step away and
Why are you pronouncing swiggle so weird?
step away and look at Titania. I'm done. You can Do whatever to those now.
Okay.
I'm fairly sure this was a matter of them being let's just call it forced to do drastic things to survive. And she just smiles and she walks out.
So the only thing you took was the key?
No, I grabbed all
Oh, you
three
got all three?
things.
Okay.
And I'm finding Ithram.
All right, so Ithram, you're out there looking at the armored figure.
Yeah, I'm trying to determine what kind of metal it was made out of, if I could.
Yeah, it's
How much of it might be salvageable?
it looks like it's made out of a particular kind of metal that is reactive to magic. It's sort of it's not mithril, but it's very similar. It is a what's it called? Oh. Yeah, it's sort of like a titanium mithril blend, basically. That's very light, very sturdy, but also very sort of magically active. It doesn't have any enchantments on it, though. It seems like they were using it mostly for the light and sturdy properties in order to create what would, in basically any other metal, be a very heavy construct, fairly lightly. And then the inner workings, the inner clockwork workings, are all mithril and electrum.
I mean, in terms of value, each of these constructs is probably worth a small fortune, so...
Collectively, yes, but most of it's been so damaged that the scrap is definitely not worth a fortune anymore. It's probably more valuable as parts than to sell.
Yes, or base materials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to salvage as much of the alloy as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the breastplate that I knocked off, and
do you have Tinker's tools?
I don't.
Or any sort of like mining proficiency?
Nope.
Okay.
I have proficiency with land vehicles.
I can help. You've seen Grumman doing that kind of stuff. If you would tag him in at all, but
as
he
can
won't.
Gent, who is still here, even if.
Oh yeah. 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 You'll see him rifling through, and he'll start to like absentmindedly pull at one thing. No, that's not going to work. Look over it more. Grumman.
What? Grumman will leave the freezing thing and sort of hurry back down the hallway. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you said something about an excuse not to be in the room with the people sorting through corpses.
Okay. Could you give me a hand with this? I've seen you use your tools before. Could you take off a few pieces of this that we might salvage?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, do they do that a lot, that sort of thing?
Adventurers as a whole, yes. If it's not being used, it might as well be.
Okay. Right. I mean...
Sometimes it's a little...
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what we can do out here.
Not always glamorous.
No. I mean, I'm not so much interested in the glamour of it as I am in the...
Is that just a pile of corpses?
It's like a meat locker back there, isn't it?
A little bit, yes.
I mean, I'd like to take don't get me wrong, I'd like to take that thing back and use it as an actual meat locker with... Well, I suppose it would still have corpses in it, but just not, they wouldn't be people corpses.
Not to you.
You know what? Let's take apart this machine, because that seems a lot less complicated than this conversation right now.
All right, so between the two of you, you managed to extract, we'll say about 300 gold worth of parts.
Okay.
Okay.
for like that could be used to reinforce or enhance any technological device. It's about that time where Jarissa comes out of the cold storage and finds you.
Still humming, it's just sort of whistling to herself.
Oddly seems happier.
I mean, didn't seem particularly unhappy before,
Yeah.
so. Ithram, darling, would you mind? You can. My understanding. Detect magic.
Yes.
I hold out the items. I'm not sure. I could spend all the time looking into it, or you could just cast a spell.
Yeah. If we want to take a minute.
Oh shit, we
Yes.
forgot something.
What's that?
I just realized.
Hmm.
John, we forgot the banished creature.
That's right.
I think it just shows back up, and
Like
Valdez was like,
like 10 minutes later.
it just shows back
Delayed
up, and Valdez, who's
reaction.
like walking back into the room, sees it. Oh, right. Just kills it with an NP strike.
As you're sort of handing stuff to Ithram,
That's when you lose your concentration.
Jarissa, you're back in here. Valdez in there with Titania still. So yeah, you sort of walk out and sort of start talking to Ithram, and just in the corner behind you, there's a.
All right, you. And I'll just Eldritch Blast.
Oh wait, did you? Yeah, no, you did roll concentration. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead and Eldritch Blast.
The only reason I thought it was like, spell casting, concentration. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's all the good rolls.
Yeah.
Right? 10, 12,
And all the decent damage, too.
19 force damage.
It's dead.
Yeah, so it's just like all of a sudden you're a whoosh, and then she looks over like, oh, right. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, anyways.
just scattering of gears from the corner.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we want to take time, or do we want these right now?
There's no rush.
Okay, then.
If you're doing things.
Is there
just,
not?
Is there?
I mean, you're in an ever-shifting ruin.
On a lich.
Not a
There
rush for
isn't
these.
not a rush.
You're in an ever-shifting ruin on a hunt for a lich.
Like, there's not an extreme rush, but there isn't not a rush too.
Understood.
I
So
just
it
think
was
one
a-
of these might be, I don't know, an indication of where to go from here.
It was a key. What else?
Key with the door, wind up, clockwork old man, and a very nice single red glove,
All
which I
right.
will assume just makes you an expert moonwalker.
It's a much longer glove than that.
Come on.
It's like an elbow glove. It's like a comes down to like your elbow.
Oh, okay.
Then yeah, I'll cast Identify on the key first.
Oh, I was just gonna say detect magic, see if, but
Oh, well,
see if
then-
any of them actually are magic or not.
Yeah, that's true. Then we'll have to wait 10 minutes for that because I don't have it prepared.
Oh,
Just ritual cast it.
that's fine.
Right, ritual cast detect magic.
Yep.
All right, 10 minutes passed. In that 10 minutes, Titania, you do your thing with corpses.
Well, hang on.
Are you decomposing corpses, or are you making another small army?
That's what I'm trying to decide.
These corpses are well beyond your ability to resurrect as zombies.
They are? Okay. Never mind. Because I can do it with like skeletons and stuff too.
Yep.
It's okay.
There's a reason you can't. There are things you can't do it to, though.
Okay. It's not.
Things that have already become undead at one point.
Have these been undead? That is a question I have.
They are drenched with necromantic energies.
Okay.
Oh, like after you get a real good workout.
Very similar necromantic energies to what you felt coming off that large construct.
Okay.
Hey.
Does it feel at all like the like Rhyhor? Or not? This is different.
No, it's different.
Okay.
Hey, Jeremy, do you know what kind of workout you do that leaves you drenched in necromantic energy? Is deadlifting.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Mm.
I had a moth land on my nose right after I said that, so I think I've been punished enough.
Yeah. This
Is that a punishment or just amusing?
I'm sorry, Mara. I don't mean to interrupt. I just have to torture Jeremy with puns.
Mm-hmm. This is Rhyhor. He's not. I don't think we're closer to the phylactery
I think
at all.
Mara's internet is dying on us.
As usual. But we got the gist of it, I think.
Fine. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why it didn't look at all for me, so I don't know. Who knows? But I don't. Yeah. Maybe we're getting closer. Maybe that was a thing a lot of people back then did here. I don't know.
Potentially.
I'm gonna use decompose then on everything in here.
You begin to decompose things.
Yep.
At about the 10-minute mark, Ithram, your detect magic goes off. All 3 of these items read as magical.
They're all something. Can I tell what schools each one is?
They are all 3 various levels of conjuration and transmutation magic.
Okay.
All 3 of them are. But as you're starting to think about that, you hear that you all hear the runes shift again. And Ithram, you hear that growl again. In fact, all of you do. This like sort of deep, bassy growl of something large.
And I tell what that might be. It's an animal of some sort. It sounds like.
Make a nature check.
Okay. Let's
the
try
giant.
I'm not gonna make it, but let's try it.
It's the giant armadillo. It's not actually under Taram. It's underneath the hive of ruin.
Maybe. Listen.
Armadillos squeak. They don't growl.
That's a natural one.
Natural 1. Giant armadillo.
Okay.
It's the only thing it could be. It's the only thing.
When an armadillo gets that giant, even a squeak probably sounds deep enough to be a growl.
How did I think it's the armadillo?
I thought that was supposed to be under Taram.
I know, but maybe they have one here too. Maybe it's like under big cities. It's like
Those are the seat of civilization.
Get told me this story.
But yeah. So you all hear that.
Maybe we can go find it, and maybe the phylactery's inside the giant armadillo, or the giant armadillo is a phylactery, because I've heard about like living things being used as phylacteries before. That's a thing.
I hope not.
Yeah, is that even possible?
Yes? Yeah. We should go find it.
Yeah, it seems a bit close right now.
Yeah.
How about this? I send Shakar up through and out back to the surface. of the manor. See if it can spot what's making that noise.
Does it go outside the manor?
Let's see. Yeah, there's open windows.
Yeah.
So he fly out and perch up on the roof if he could.
Does like fly out through the ruined parlor?
No, one of the other windows that we saw.
All the other windows are boarded up.
Oh, all right. Any holes in the ceiling?
Nope.
Then that's the only way he can go.
All right. Give me a dexterity saving throw for Shakar.
Let me look up his stats real quick. He's just a teeny owl. Half messy. No. Let's see. Plus
What you're saying is he's a snack.
1. Yes. Not even. He's got
No,
a hit
he's
point.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, he's not ethereal. That's not from the lower side. Never mind.
Plus
That's
1.
my things.
16.
All right.
Shakar is quick. He's also only 6 inches tall, so that should
Fly
probably
tiny
help.
bird. Fly tiny bird.
I rolled that on the wrong count, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, no. Shakar flies out over the river, and another one of those fish appears and tries to catch it with its tongue, but Shakar manages to evade.
Right. So yeah, I'm looking through his eyes. Anything besides that fish in the cavern?
Nothing that you can see. You fly
Okay.
around.
Yeah, he's got dark vision out to 120.
Yeah, you fly around the cavern for a bit. You see a few entrances have opened up. A few have closed off. What looks like a giant, like the bones of a giant creature, sort of poking through the wall, but nothing else.
And then I just summon him straight back to my shoulder. Well, there's no large creatures that I saw up above. There is still at least one more of those fish creatures near the river. Which wall did I see the creature's bones?
Southern wall.
Southern wall. Did anybody get a peek at the southern wall last time we were out by the river?
They were not up there last time.
Hmm?
They were not up there last time.
Oh, those bones weren't?
No, they were not there.
Oh. There is a large creature's skeleton up above now that I don't quite recognize.
An armadillo?
I know it's not an armadillo.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's not moving around out there. I can go up and poke it with the staff if you want.
You're kind of injured. We should.
Be all right. I appreciate your concern.
Do
Now that you're not actively shooting lightning at me.
You're pretty good at ducking. I figured you'd be able to. And I wanted to injure it.
You know what? Honestly, can't be mad at you. That's a compliment sandwich there. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. But I think, are we done here? I don't think there's anything more to see.
There are several more doors that haven't been opened.
We went
Yeah.
through the big scary metal door, right? That was the one.
No, that door came at us.
There was another set of
Fair.
staircases. There's another set of stairs in that hallway where the Black Knight was. Did those go down or up?
Up.
Yeah, that. And there's actually quite a few other doors that we haven't opened as well. I wouldn't mind another breather, but probably best to clear it out and then maybe call it a night. Not sure about the rest of you, but well, I'm here on your dime, so we'll forge ahead if you want to.
I think we need to keep moving. We've been
I
here
we
for hours.
We need to figure out where we're going from here.
We still need to go down. That's what we wanted to
Yeah.
check down here.
Valdeth will take a minute and hold up the Rod of Lordly Might and tap button 6, which is the rod assumes or remains in its normal form and indicates magnetic north, and also gives me knowledge of my approximate depth beneath the ground, and or height above it if relevant, but currently depth beneath the ground is.
You sort of you get an idea of where magnetic north is. It's north on the map.
Okay.
And it's sort of you get sort of like a curious response because you're technically above ground. You're just also not.
I'm below ground. I'm above ground. I'm below ground.
Yeah, it's sort of a weird thing. It's like you are above. You are about, roughly speaking, a few hundred feet above ground, above the foundation of this pile of buildings. But you're also a few hundred feet below where the snowbanks were and where you entered the ruins, because the ruins have sort of like dug a natural crevice in this area. So you're below natural ground over there, but you're above natural ground over here. So you get sort of a weird reading on that particular aspect.
I'm a TP. I'm a wigwam. Calm down, man. You're too tense.
If you would like to take 20 or so minutes, 20 minutes to half an hour to continue exploring the other rooms while I identify these items, we could do that, or I could do it faster. We can be on our way.
I think at a certain point we need to find our way further down, but at the moment I haven't seen another way to get further down yet.
Let's at least, and she starts walking over. Let's at least check this door. We don't have to go through the entire house. But this door, at the very least, might give us an indication. If it's just leading into further rooms and further rooms and further rooms, then it's probably not the best idea.
All right, while you all do that, I'm going to begin ritually casting Identify, starting with the key.
All right, so you're ritually casting Identify, and Grummond is moving over to open this door.
What's behind door number? I forgot how many doors we've opened so far.
So, Grummond, you step through
17.
into a hallway. This hallway heads north. It breaks off to the left. There's a door immediately to your left. There's a door further there, and there are two doors further down.
There's more doors.
Definitely don't want to go to more doors. Let's...
No, you could just walk right in.
No.
Can we not simply walk into more doors?
I mean, you can, but you will then hit your head and bad things.
Yes, most people would open them. I can hear you. You're talking very loud.
So
That's just going to lead us into the trap of one door after another, and eventually we're going to run across something that's going to try and kill us. And I would rather it try to kill the next people who come into this building after us.
no sense in being greedy with all the fun.
So,
Exactly.
Grummond, you do know that there have been a few places where an entrance might appear in a place that's weird. So even though you might not want to open all the doors, there may still be value in going at least down the hallways.
Well, even if we're not going to peek in, at least I should look around this corner, eh? Sort of slowly walking in that way, looking over his shoulder for confirmation.
We're all
Sure,
injured.
we can, as long as there are no more doors to be open.
I'll look around the corner.
You look around the corner. You see a hallway going down. You see 3 more doors in this hallway. And the hallway continues on around the corner.
Yes, let's go
Alright.
around the corner.
Just continuing onwards, walking past the doors. I'm gonna listen.
Okay.
See,
Sorry.
this is the difference between John's storytelling something and William's storytelling something. When William's like, "Hey, by the way, there's this direction," and emphasizes it, we know that's the place to go. When John does it, I'm pretty sure we're being led into a trap.
I emphasize all directions equally.
You absolutely 100% do not.
Oh my god!
Like William puts the neon sign around the door to the next spot. John puts the neon sign around it, but it's just a door to like a spring-loaded like boxing glove.
Do you want me to just, if we've got a lot of doors, I can just send some things to look real fast?
No, we don't like. For now we will maintain the no opening doors as long as the path leads us down. As long as we don't have to open a door, we can go as far as we can go.
So, Grumman, were you trying to listen to any of the doors?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. As we're walking past, I'm listening to see if there's anything going on in them.
Give me a perception check as you round a corner and find that the hallway dead ends at yet another door.
All right.
It's just more doors.
21.
21. So mostly you don't hear much. Mostly it's quiet as you come down the hallway. You do hear in sort of coming out of actually this door, this room right here. You do hear the sound of something ticking regularly.
Quietly, he will turn and say, "Is it? I'm sorry. What is Sin's name currently?"
Jerissa.
Jerissa. We'll turn to Jerissa and say, "I think I hear more clockwork through this door."
Then let's not go through that door.
I would agree with you. Does it sound the same as the other constructs?
It's much more like it's not nearly as loud. Like it's small and quiet. You would imagine, just based on what you've heard from the other ones, you imagine that whatever it is not large.
We are not adopting a baby construct. Let's go.
Grumman is turning and he sort of freezes at that. He says, "Okay, but now I really want to see what's in there."
I understand. I very much do as well. But do you know what has kept me alive for all of these years?
Alive and lonely? Do you have any children?
I have questions.
Do not.
I've got 6 of them.
Fortunately, I do not.
Oh, they're wonderful.
Let's go. Putting an arm around Grumman. Let's go.
No,
let's go.
It might be your lucky day.
I think I smelled some food that needs cooking this way.
That's not how cooking works. No, oh come on. If it's a wee baby clockwork abomination, come on. This one's probably got no corpses on it at all.
Absolutely. I think that would be the most adorable. I'm sorry, was abomination the phrase?
No, well, you know
it was. It definitely was. I'm being rhetorical here.
I'm gonna level with you. I saw what you were doing with the corpses. Would you like an abomination? Because I can play at that angle if that works for you better.
No.
Okay.
I was
All right.
for the record
No, we should. No.
regarding the corpses.
Okay.
That was simply so. Let's put this in a construct perspective.
Sure.
When a construct breaks down and then
Right.
just becomes gears and stuff,
Right.
you sort of have to sweep through the gears to get to what you want to salvage, correct?
Yeah.
That's fleshy gears.
Yeah, I understand what a corpse is. You don't have to. You don't have to mage-plain what a corpse is, but it's. I just. You know what? It's right. I understand. All right. Yeah, let's go back. Let's
At
go back.
roughly this
Let's
point
go back.
in the conversation,
God damn it!
a small light catches both of your eyes as you
Did
turn
you
and
both
look.
look slowly over?
There is a little tiny clockwork firefly that zips past and then through a crack in that door.
Can I get a reaction?
Yeah, sure.
Does it fly by quick enough for an attack of opportunity?
No, it doesn't get close enough.
Shit.
It flies by out of the door or
Into the door.
Into the door.
Into the door.
Where did it come from?
You're not sure. And you just sort of saw it as it was lit in the hallway, and it sort of zipped past.
Let's go right now.
I think we've at least got to warn the others.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean run away and leave them to die. I meant go back to the others.
I'm new to this group. I don't know what your dynamics are.
It went into that door for whatever it's worth.
As we are heading back away from the door.
At about this point, Ithram, you've identified the key.
All right.
As they're coming back. It is now in your journal, in your magic items slot. So at roughly the point where that information reaches your brain,
we come in. It's time to go. Everybody up. Let's go. Let's leave.
Wait, why? I was just about to turn into a bat.
Yes. I mean, you can turn into a bat, but maybe one that can fly away very quickly because there was something ticking in a room, and then out of nowhere, a clockwork fly sped past us into the room. So I'm pretty sure it's charging something up. Firefly specifically. So let's go. Before we get into another fight.
Right. Yeah, there's something. It's down there. It's also probably a very small clockwork something though. And did you know Teresha has some very strong opinions about bevies?
So
No.
No,
Less
we didn't.
discussion,
No.
more leaving.
where?
Up.
We need to go down is the problem.
Okay, but sometimes you have to go up so you can go down because you have to get to the other place that goes down further.
Yeah,
You understand how
get up to
geography
get
works.
down.
We've got to get up to get down. The stairs that we saw in the red carpet room, they were up. They were going up, right?
yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, we're going now.
From Ithram, you hear a ooh.
Yeah. Like, oh. Well then.
Process that later. Let's
do
go.
we
let's
want to go
let's
very
go.
fast? Okay.
I like that Ithram has like a weird like sexual gratification from identifying magic
Hey,
items.
You are all taking it however you want to. He's just happy to learn new stuff.
Oh, cute.
So
If there's going to be something big and clockwork, it's going to tear through several rooms. I don't know that just going upstairs is going to get us too far from it.
My bigger
Let's
concern
try.
is that it is small and even more dangerous. But either way, there are no stairs down here. So we need to find the room, probably not in this building, that will get us further down.
Let's
So we go up, we go out, we find a place, we go down.
let's stop arguing and go.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Come on.
All right.
Usher
Following
people
behind.
out.
You rush up the staircase
Yep.
and find yourselves at a pair of double doors that I assume you open.
Yep.
And find yourselves back up in the main hall.
Out the front door. Come on.
The front
front
door
door
doesn't
if you-
exist anymore.
I was about to say.
Oh.
We have
Also,
to-
that door led just into a webwork of tunnels rather than actually outside anywhere.
Yeah, but it's a network of tunnels away from here.
Except we followed that network of tunnels heading down and got here.
Yeah.
We'll have to go out through the parlor again.
Okay. Out. Come on.
Just remember to watch out for that fish or don't get near the water.
There is another set of staircase going. There is another staircase going up to your south if you want to explore that.
Grumman
Yep.
just
I'm gonna turn
sort of
into a
looking-
bat and head up real quick. I'm trying to
There's-
go fast. I'm
There's also a
like
door. There's also
echolocating
a
like
door
mad.
over here.
Yep.
Shakar will follow Titania.
All right, you.
Bat. I have blind sight up to 60 feet that can see. Am I correct in that can see kind of like behind closed doors? I'm basically looking for someplace that looks like it's going where
All
we
right,
might
so
want to
you
go.
go up the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
fly out into a large open room.
Ooh. Okay.
You can't really see anything because you're a bat, but you can. Your echolocation is echoing out, and it's very big, very empty.
Okay. Okay.
There's some ruffling sounds to the right. There's some slightly less hard surfaces on a couple different sides.
So I'm not actually blind, but I can't. So what do I see?
You're in a ballroom.
Okay.
You're in a large empty space.
Mhm.
That seems well suited for dancing. There's a stage to the right with some curtains that lead to a backstage. There are some more
Okay.
stairs. There are some more stairs that continue to lead up at the western side.
Okay.
And there are some doors on the southern walls.
Okay. I'm flying around. Yeah, trying to see what as I can't do things. And I'm taking a listen. I'm trying to listen to see if anything sounds like it's gonna go any sort of difference in the sounds. I have advantage on perception checks for
Give me a perception
hearing.
check.
Okay.
Your
So
advantage
it's
is
flat.
counteracted by your disadvantage for being
Yeah,
exhausted.
it's flat though, which is better than it was. Perception. 19.
So you don't hear much, other than the occasional crumbling of ruins outside.
Mm-hmm.
You do hear the sound of something, like something just sort of like squishing inside this room over here.
Okay. Okay.
It's just like something. It's something like sort of like. It sounds almost like it's the sound of yogurt of like yogurt pouring.
Mm. Okay. Continuous or like something's kind of.
It's like sort of
moving?
intermittent. It's just like
Okay. That's unsettlingly like the flesh, the stitched together ogres. So I don't want to go that way. Can I make it through? Are these doors cracked at all? Can I get through
no, they're
some
not.
of them?
They're all closed.
They're all closed. Okay. But the one kind of
And then there's a curtain over here.
okay.
But you could theoretically move through.
I'm gonna try and move to the curtain. Yeah.
Yeah, you move through the curtain.
Okay.
You find yourself in a room filled with antique, dusty instruments that are all just sort of
Ooh.
gathering dust and setting aside, haven't been used in a while. Some of them are busted. Most of them are actually still in pretty good condition.
Okay.
There's some
I'm
sort of
gonna go down this hallway.
backstage area. There's a waiting room, sort of a parlor type area in here with some furniture that seems relatively unbroken. Dusty, hasn't been taken care of in a long time. Some carpet, some chairs, some couches, some tables, and some more doors.
No windows out
No,
anywhere. in
none
here.
none that aren't boarded up
Hmm.
or blocked off.
Okay. And this door up here is closed.
Yep, that door there is closed, and this door over here is closed.
Okay. And I don't hear anything on the other side of them.
Nope, the only thing you hear is that sound from that one room.
Okay.
It seems like a very small room comparatively.
Yep. I'm going back because I don't think there was anything that I hadn't explored by that point.
All right, you fly back down the stairs. Shakar comes with you.
Mhm.
There's just more. There's a big house. Why is it so big?
Because it's a manor. I'm pretty certain you've been in bigger houses.
Yes, but this one's annoying. Okay. Well, I think we might have to go out the same way because I didn't see any other ways out besides just closed doors, and there was some squishy sounds that I don't think we want to investigate.
Yes, let's
Like
avoid
the sound of that.
So I think that's our
So
best option.
back out to the ruined sitting room and the river with stonefish in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder again, because it's been a while since we've been in this room, there is a door right over here as well.
Yes.
I thought we opened that at some point.
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna open it. Just in case.
No, you're not.
Too late.
No, you're not. You're standing right
Okay,
next to me, so
that's
when
fair.
you walk towards it, I put a hand out.
I'm uninjured.
That's
And it
not
might be
the
a way
point.
out.
It can. If you open the door, it's not just gonna hurt you.
I'll also point out the last dangerous door sort of opened itself.
We know where there is a way out of this building. Let's do that.
I mean, with knowledge of magnetic north, I'm pretty certain. Because I don't know what would be through that door other than outside. Because we haven't seen any walls in that direction from anywhere else. I don't think the building goes that far.
I'm just saying, opening doors may lead to fights.
What if I open it from far away?
It could still lead to a fight, and it might have area of effect attacks.
Stand behind the pillar.
Look, if we really want to, as a group, if we want to open the door, that's fine. I'm just... Unilateral decisions I don't think are necessarily wise. When I pointed over at the charred mess that is Grumman right now, according to his hit points.
Yeah, and it's still looking like a slightly charred porcupine. Mustache is still occasionally like.
That's all I'm saying. If we want to do it, let's do it. But let's do it. Everybody being aware of what we're doing and on board.
I mean, I'm on board with opening it. We haven't exactly found anything else that looks entirely appealing.
Well, there are several more doors you haven't opened yet.
Appealing.
There are doors upstairs. There are doors downstairs. There are more doors on this floor.
Quite frankly, even the ruined sitting room that we found requires us to cross a river full of stonefish to get anywhere.
There is a bridge.
Yeah, and we saw that bridge was closer to this side of the building. This could be the door leading out to it.
And it might be changed by now.
But I don't think you should be worried about me. You should worry about Ithram. Ithram,
What
how are you
about?
feeling?
A little banged up.
Both of you are injured. I will heal you. Please stand back. I'm going to open the door.
All right.
Are you going to open the door or heal? Because I feel like one of those things should come first.
Yeah, I like how you're like, don't worry, I'll heal you. Anyway, door.
All
She
right.
didn't say when she was going to heal you.
No, I thought that.
For God's
that is-
sakes, can we get some healing in our nearly dead wizard before?
I am absolutely
That is a
fine. I can
strong-
heal myself at the worst case scenario for 10 minutes.
Ithra, make a perception check.
All right. Natural 20 for 21.
You,
Hey-o.
you notice that the floorboard underneath your foot is slightly broken.
Excuse me.
You look down, and there is a clockwork caterpillar by your foot.
Like teeny clockwork caterpillar or like
Like a normal size
caterpillar
like a
from Freddy versus Jason where it's
caterpillar size clockwork caterpillar.
Oh, that kid.
Yeah.
Fred Diller.
Yeah.
It's just inching by your foot.
I lift my foot.
It goes in the crack.
Right then. And I back up. How big is that crack?
It's not very large. It's like, not that big.
Okay.
I cast Mass Cure Wounds at 8th level.
Jesus Christ!
It's a big enough hole that you can send a fireball down it.
Do
Oh,
not
yeah.
send a fireball. No!
Please send a fireball down it.
No! Do not
Okay,
send a fireball down into a probably enclosed place directly below our feet when we're in a.
You just
no-
got healed.
Yeah.
I am the
No.
voice of chaos.
Everyone gets 39 hit points. I'm gonna open the door with Mage Hand.
My character is the voice of reason. I am the voice of chaos.
I'm just saying,
hang on,
like,
hang on.
And I need you all to remember that you're traveling with the one wizard that doesn't currently have fireball.
Damn it. All
He's
right.
he's got gravity shit though, so don't worry.
thank
Yeah.
Christ.
So, okay. So
Like, you realize if we cause an avalanche, the avalanche comes from straight up, straight down.
Yes.
What does Titania's heal spell look like and feel like?
So I imagine it's like the spores mobilizing, and they just sort
Okay.
of like they start sort of like they go up high, and then they start falling, kind of like a little bit of a snowfall kind of thing. And every one that hits you, you feel like a little proof of healing energy, and they like disappear as they do that in like a flash of light.
Grumman licks his hand as the powder settles on it.
you open the door with Mage Hand.
Not bad.
Slow
Thanks,
transformation. Slow transformation. We're all turning into myconids.
Yes.
The Mage Hand
didn't
presses
tell
against the
you.
door.
Yep.
Opens it up.
Yep.
Through it, you see a dirt path. Probably to
Ooh.
some grass. A
Hey.
large pillar, square in shape, seems to be supporting something above the building.
It's outside.
Very
I'm gonna
well.
head through that
See where
way.
it's supporting.
Yep, I will head out.
Yeah.
You head out.
Yep.
Your eyes, you
Bridge.
see the bridge with the two large mantis statues on the southern end facing out.
Okay.
You see this pillar, and your eyes sort of follow it up. And there's a bridge above the house that you couldn't see earlier because you were at the wrong angle and weren't looking. There's actually a bridge that like the house looks like it was actually built underneath this bridge as it extends out. And there's some ruins on and around it, but it seems like there's actually a clear path on it as well. And you can also see that the river flows past underneath that land bridge out ahead of you.
Okay.
Into a some sort of like cistern that's going down.
All right. Oh, you also get some extra healing. Hang on. What was that again?
39.
Invincible does a d4 extra. So 40. It's even.
Hey.
There we go. We're out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now can we please go? I don't like this house.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think we've gotten into as much trouble.
So as you all step out of the house with this strange large bridge above you, this dirt path that leads to a land bridge ahead of you, flanked by a pair of statues, and this river that flows down into a hole in the ruins. You look to your south, and there's no path continuing on. It's just a wall of ruin. But in that wall of ruin, you do see what looks like a large skull with a few additional like teeth and jaw and claws. Everyone make a nature check. As you look at this strange skull that's unlike very many things in the world, the lower jaw is much larger than the upper jaw. And there are there's sort of like spiky bone protrusions coming off the chin, sort of like the chin of the jaw, and off the forehead of the head. It's Titania with a natural 20. You've heard stories of these, but you've never seen them before.
Giant armadillo.
That's the skull of a Tarrasque. In the ruined wall ahead of you. And as you're sort of like, looking at
Tell
this
me
thing,
it turns to life. I swear to God, John.
that's where we're going to end for this week.
Grumman's like,
Bye.
my God, I've never seen a rabbit skull that big.
Ithram just starts fumbling for that key. He's like, all right, see you all later. See you, everyone. Bye.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.